tackles and the line because guys are in and out like that to create that just that communication that you have with them?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just really just making sure we're on the same page. So if we're all on the same page, then we just follow our basic rules and fundamentals, and we then after that you just got to win your matchup, and just being able to exactly where certain guys on defense are, and how we want to protect it up, and then pretty much go from there. So communication is always key, regardless who's out there or not.
How much do you think the slow start for the offense is trying to learn the new offense that you guys are running?
I mean, I'm not sure on that. We just got to continue to just start fast, and when we do, we got to continue to pick up speed. We can't slow down. So that's the only thing I can say about that.
Do you think it has anything to do with it?
I don't know.
When you talked about the communication with the offensive line, how much do you think that is responsible or important it is when you're talking about picking up those blitzes that maybe you don't expect going into a game and the team blitzes you a lot like the Giants did? How much of that is being on that same page with that line?
I mean, yeah, we just all got to see it through the same eyes and through the same scope. And that's where you come to the sideline, you adjust, you watch, you look at the tablet, seeing what they're doing, and you try to pick it up. The Giants did a good job of mixing up pressures when they brought it. And, we just didn't capitalize on that. So, we just got to, settle in and be able to make those adjustments. Each and every week, there's going to always be a new wrinkle to a blitz that a team showed. But, until we pick it up, we might see that. So we just got to continue to just keep our eyes and head up and communicate throughout the whole process and try to make sure we, seeing everything through the same eyes.
I think last week you said that, you're always going to trust your instincts and, we know that you were going to extend some plays and whatnot, but given the injuries on the offensive line and the fact that teams are, blitzing you a lot more, do you think that you need to, make it a point to get the ball out of your hands a little bit quicker?
Well, we got to all be on the same page. It depends on the blitz too. It might be a man-covered blitz. It might be a zone pressure blitz. It just depends on the blitz. So just because the ball is getting out my hands fast doesn't mean that we're going to be explosive or not. So sometimes we might have the protection and the guys to pick it up. We just got to block it up. The routes might be a little bit different. It might not be quick game on the blitzes. It might be deep shots that we did last week and the previous week before, and we just didn't pick up, those blitz. So it just depends on the route concept.
Used to, taking all of the heat for when things aren't going right on an offense. Have you been through a period like this before in your career where it just seems like, and I know you probably watching nothing else, but where it seems like you're taking the full blame for the offense's struggles?
I mean, I probably have, but too much is given, much is required, and I've always lived by that on and off the field. So, when everything is going right, then you get the praise, and when everything is going bad, you get the blame. So, it's part of that. The NFL is part of this position. So, to me, it doesn't bother me. We just got to find ways to continue to get better each and every week.
Preseason, you kind of chuckled when you said you're going to try to avoid taking a hit if you could. You've taken a bunch in 3 weeks. I'm just wondering physically how you're holding up.
I'm holding up very well. So doing really good, feeling well. Each and every week, just got to recover, regroup, get with my team, and all the treatment and regen that we have in this building, and make sure I'm ready to go on Sundays. But right now, I'm feeling good.
You haven't seemed to have hesitated at all and tucked it and gone when you needed to. Were you confident that was going to come back naturally, that, despite some time off, that you'd be able to do those things again?
Of course. I think I mentioned that. I think someone asked me that during training camp or earlier. And just when I'm on the field, I'm not thinking about anything but trying to make something positive happen. So until I have to be dragged off the field or something like that, I'm going to go 110%. That's just always been my MO. So I'm never going to hesitate on pulling and running, things like that. Obviously, I'm going to be smart and not trying to run up or run over no defensive guy. That's not my specialty. But if I can make something happen and try to get something positive, then I'm going to do that for sure.
After watching the tape, what was one thing that you took away that you yourself could do better from an offensive perspective?
As far as just individually or just overall offense? If I had to pick something, I would probably say just continue to just get on the same page with the receivers. To the normal eye of a fan, it might seem like a pass was offered, things like that. I'm the type of player and quarterback that I can adjust and make every throw, regardless if we're not on the same page. But I think just continue to get on the same page in certain situations. I think that's the biggest thing. So if that's a little extra film work with the receivers, extra walkthroughs, just communicating on the sideline a little bit better, all those things.
Using that 4th-and-1 play where it seemed like Jordan was open and you ran the ball to make the case that you're not seeing the field well this season. So my question to you is, are you seeing the field well, and maybe what are other people not seeing on that particular play?
Because other people are not in the film room, so that would not everyone know exactly what the read was. That was a decoy. So that's the difference. Everyone can pause the tape and say, hey, he should have thrown it here, should have thrown it here. Every quarterback deal with that. So if you choose one play and that's the play out of the whole game that everyone is calling, then so be it. It is what it is. No one's in those film rooms. No one is making those decisions. So I go based off of what is Ken Dorsey and Kevin Stefanski is saying. And, on that decision, they made a good play. They got jammed up on the slant. That's what we did it. The previous time when we scored a touchdown, I did the same as that read, and I hit Jerry. So, did I see it wrong then? So for me, it's just, like I said before, it's just I go based off what Kevin and Ken is making those decisions and how they're grading me on that.
See more designed runs in the game plan. I don't mean just
For me?
Yeah.
No. I'm not going in there to ask them for more design runs. So
knowing you're going to run with the ball.
I'm not trying. If I don't have to run, I'm not going to run. So I'm not trying to take any hits.
More design runs.
Because I'm not a running quarterback in a sense. I can make things happen, but I'm not trying to run. I'm not a running back. It's not my specialties. They signed me to throw the ball, make decisions, and be a quarterback, not a runner.
But with that, Deshaun, the fact that the running game has not gotten going with Nick Chubb out, how much does that hurt the growth of this offense?
We just all got to get on the same page. We can't rely on just one player. Injuries happen. Some people can play this week, some people can't. So, in the time being, we don't have Nick Chubb right now. So we got to make everything happen with the guys that we have in that locker room.
You guys preach that bit of mentality, but what has Wyatt telling them to the offensive line? And obviously they just announced that he's on IR.
Yeah, it's a huge loss for us. Wyatt is a pro's pro. He gives everything each and every day. He comes, he works each and every week. He's gonna go full throttle regardless if he's banged up or not. And he just knows exactly how to play that guard position. He helps out with all the guys up front, helps out with me. He goes to the final whistle. He's a beast. So I think, definitely we're going to miss Wyatt and make sure that he gets healthy as soon as possible. And when we get him back, we're definitely going to be excited.
How hard is it to succeed when you get sacked as much as you're getting sacked, right? You get sacked 8 times and hit 17 times on Sunday. How hard is it as a quarterback to succeed like that?
I think that's a common sense question. I think, honestly, not being rude, I think yeah.
You have to continuously try to block out all the criticism that you're getting right now, and also do you block out like where you are in QBR, your rating, the numbers that all of that stuff is flying around out there. So how are you handling all of that?
I don't see it, so I don't focus on it.
Frustrating for you, like fans try to put you in this box and say like, hey, when's the right time to make a play versus when's the right time to kind of tuck it? It seems like they want you to be more, frugal in that aspect. Is it frustrating for you because that you were brought in here to kind of turn this into a Super Bowl contender? So does that get a little bit, frustrating to answer those questions?
No, because I know reality. I see the game differently than the fans see it. So I don't get frustrated because someone else's opinion from seeing it from the stands or pausing it on tape think that this is the right decision, So if you're not, a coach or playing the quarterback position, I might hear it depending on who you are, but at the end of the day, no one's in the meeting rooms but me, Ken, Kevin, DTR, and James. So we know the reads, we know exactly where the ball should go, and like I said before, we just whatever grade that we get graded on each and every Monday after the game, that's what we go with.
Looking for more design run. Just the threat of you as an athletic quarterback, how can that help you guys in the run game, making them, account for all 11 guys?
I mean, it can. It possibly can. So I won't say that it won't help out the offense as far as just the run game. But, I mean, coming back from an injury, I don't think that is high priority for Kevin to put me in that situation, because go out there and I'm design run and something happens, then it's like now you're mad at Kevin, so I feel like it's a lose-lose situation, honestly.
I think the team's mindset is 1-2, and with all the injuries that you guys are facing.
Just be 1-0 this week, trying to beat Vegas. That's all our mindset is.
Positive and optimistic.
We have 14 more opportunities, so anything can happen in the NFL. Thank you.